Men have realized that women are not worth the trouble. It's kind of interesting what's happening around us. There seems to be an awakening that's happening among men as men are saying, you know what, we're pretty much done with this. You know, women have had their fun and we're not going to play along anymore. There's actually Sonic Team Racing in the background. I never realized Sonic Team Racing was so lit. Like, damn, this is a. I saw the ratings for it, but and it really looks very Mario Kartish. I've got to maybe play that game. Maybe that's something I'll pick up on Steam during the Steam sale. But yeah, men are tired of the games, of the nonsense, of the disrespect. It's been going on for so long, and it's like it feels like it will never come to an end. And it's no wonder men are just getting up and saying, we're done. We're done. And the crazy thing is, women don't think men are very intelligent. They think they can continue to use, you know, deception to control the minds of men. Let's check this video out.
Awakening that men have needed for thousands of years.
I have four big things to say about this, but first of all, I'm not quite sure where this belief came from that if more women divorce their husbands, that these men are just going to believe that it was all their fault and they're going to grow and get better. No, there's never just fault on one side, and men know that. Second of all, most men that go through divorce end up losing a lot in the form of lost time with their children and financially through spousal support and child support. So many men just feel victimized by the court system. Thirdly, a lot of these men that get put through the ringer, they eventually build themselves back and they realize that they're a lot happier being single. It's actually a lot more peaceful for them. And fourthly and lastly, a lot of men never want to get married again, or in the first place, because they hear women like this talking about divorce as if it's some sort of punishment for her not being happy, as if his needs and the family's needs have nothing to do with it. And men are smarter than that.
Now, this is where things get interesting. She goes, men are smarter than that. You have to comprehend, women don't think we are intelligent at all. They think that we are a lower life form. These are people who do not like us. They've seen how effective feminism has been. They've seen how much they've been able to take. They've observed how all they have to do is exist to get everything for free. I have a cousin, and I'll tell you a story once. She's one of these types of women, that use men. And I remember saying to her something about my car, like, "Oh, I got my car for this amount of money." And she goes, "Well, yeah, see this car right here? I got it for free." This is what she said to me. Like, I was like so proud of the fact that I had bought this nice car. And I was like, "Look at this car. Look how incredible my car is." And she goes, "Oh, yeah, well, look at my car. Guess what? I got it for free." And this was over 10 years ago. It's about maybe around 13, 14 years ago. And this is the kind of thing that was happening. And I didn't think a whole lot of it. But you have to understand, this is the reality for modern women. They literally get everything for free. They have their rent paid. They are given cars for free, jewelry, food. They live off the simp economy for most of their lives. This is the way that they operate. Our men have to grind for everything. Women are handed everything. They are literally handed everything in their lives, and they believe that as a result, they are gods and they are goddesses. They don't even want to be called gods; they want to be called goddesses because goddesses are superior to gods. The notion of a god is a male, and a male is defective. Women, on the other hand, are perfect. Okay, which is why God must, in reality, be a woman. This is, guys. This is, but you know what? Here's the thing about it. God made women this way. God made women this way. So if you think about it very carefully, God has to be accountable for making women. He made them. He's the creator of women. We are all accountable for ourselves, but God made them with this nature. So if we are accountable for everything that we do, God has to be accountable for making women and for making them with this nature. He made them with this nature, so he's responsible for how they are, for how they became. To say that God has no responsibility in decisions that we make, he made us. He knows everything in his divine perfection. So of course we have freedom of choice. That's 100% true. So we can choose the things we want to do, but we also have a certain nature. Men have a certain nature, women have a certain nature. God made women this way. He made them with this nature, and I cannot question why he did this, but he is responsible for having done this. And I love God. I love God more than anything. But he is responsible for making women with this nature. And it seems almost frightening suggesting it when you consider how horrible their nature truly is. But it's true. It's absolutely true.
Janice, are you there?
At your service, sir.
Enter the manosphere.
Of course. How can I assist you today?
Give me some of that dating foolishness.
Will do, sir.
It's a way of signaling interest, but I think even if the person isn't interested and you're never going to see each other again, it's just a nice gesture. But I don't have any rational way of explaining why. And if I were to get rational about it, I would talk myself out of it.
Yes.
Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Shout out to the Diary of a CEO for this video. He had an interview with a psychotherapist, Lori Gottlieb, and they were talking about that dating foolishness. It became interesting to me when she mentioned that she is an feminist.
And I think for women, the expectations are, I think it's confused with feminism. So feminism is great. I'm a feminist. But I think that feminism is not this person has to meet all of these criteria that are not really human.
Feminism and dating don't go well together. I want you to keep this in mind because, like I always say, women will always tell on themselves. Just let them talk long enough and ask the right questions. The Diary of a CEO is going to ask her the right questions, and she's going to expose the truth about feminism. The key word in this video is feel. Lori Gottlieb is going to use this word a lot, and I want you to pay attention to the context in which this word is used, okay? Let's talk about it. We men ain't we? Yeah. We men ain't we? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, women want that and they don't want that. So women say they want that and they think that they truly mean it when they say they want that. But in couples therapy, I'll see something like a woman will come in and she'll say that exact thing to her partner. I really want you to open up. I feel like we're not connecting. I want you to be more vulnerable with me. I want you to tell me what's going on inside. And if he does, and let's say he starts crying, tears up, or really starts crying, she inevitably will have this reaction of, I don't feel safe when he doesn't open up to me because I don't feel connected to him, but I don't feel safe when he's that vulnerable with me either because there's something, just some cultural programming in her around what it's like to be with a man who's crying or a man who is vulnerable. And so I think that's really problematic. And I think that makes it, kind of harder for men to feel like, well, I have a safe space to open up. Like it takes a lot for a man to really feel like, oh, this is something that I want to share. Whereas I think women just feel a lot more free to do that with their partners.
I had to start with this particular clip before we get into the meat and potatoes, because this clip sets the tone for the arguments you will make about feminism. This clip highlights the paradoxical nature of women that we've exposed many times on this channel. A woman says and thinks she wants a man who is emotionally available, but when he opens up emotionally, it turns her off because now she feels that her man is weak. Feel. Heterosexual women don't want a girlfriend. Nora Vincent experienced this firsthand, calling women kaleidoscopic. Women go by feel. Now buckle up for this.
Right. So equality doesn't mean that you have exactly the same responsibilities. It means that you feel that there's not a power dynamic. So equality means one person doesn't have more power than the other person.
Pure gold. Feel. Why in the blue hell do we call it equality if it means something else?
How interesting is this, guys? So for women, equality can never be achieved because equality is not based about facts. It's not based about equality. And as the name even suggests, even if women make more money than men, and they are out earning men now, even if they have more money than men, more power than men. Even if men are living in destitute states compared to women, it would never be enough because it's all about how the woman feels. And if she feels that she is still not equal to men, then she is not. It is based around feeling. If she still feels insecure with men, if she still feels not happy with men, then equality has not been achieved. As a result, equality can never be attained because it's based around the feelings of women. It doesn't matter, it's not based around facts, it's not based around statistics, it's not based around responsibility, because women don't want the same responsibility as men. They don't want the same accountability as men. They only want to have the same privileges, or not just the same privileges, more rights. So they're given special privileges while men are given special punishments. But of course, their equality is based entirely on how they feel. This is the loony that we live in right now. By the way, guys, just a reminder, I have another channel called Angry where I discuss gaming, anime, geek stuff, nerd stuff, real world stuff, and whatever else interests me. I have a ton of great content over there right now. Go check it out, subscribe, and support my work. And guys, if you're enjoying the content, also consider dropping a tip using the thanks button below the video, in proportion to the value you feel that I provide to you guys here on YouTube. What do you guys think regarding this, regarding what we discussed here today? Men have realized that women are not worth the trouble. I want to hear your thoughts on this. So let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.